What is going on, everybody? And in this video I'll be completing the Lucky Guy 2 story here on the crew 2. Now I also wanted to mention I will be completing the Mardi Gras one later on in the week, so stay tuned for Friday for that one. So jumping right into this one, and if you were wondering, this one will be 3 steps just like the one last week. And I noticed you can also get a weekly challenge completed for doing this one as well, which will give you 20 Motor Pass stars. Anyway, jumping right into this, step number 1, Water Tank's house. Find this house northwest of Daytona, north of Miami. Now I noticed finding this house was a little bit tricky because there's a lot of dirt roads in this area, and well, I was like, well, northwest of Daytona, so I pretty much searched the area until I finally found the location of the house, which is going to be right over here. Show you guys a little waypoint I have on there as well. Now the only drawback to this is you actually can't fast travel to it, and there's actually like no way to travel into this area except for this air race little icon here. So I spawned over here. If you guys are wondering, driving there from this location will be about 2.4 miles or so, something like that. You can also just fly to the location as well and then switch to your ground vehicle when you get close by. Anyway, let's head over there. Once you arrive at the house, all you now have to do is validate the story step, and you can move over to step number 2. Moving over to step number 2, Lifeguard House. Travel from Pine Island, far northeast of New Orleans, to this Lifeguard House north of Cape Canaveral, north of Miami, with any ground vehicle. Now for step number 2, you will have to travel from Pine Island all the way to Cape Canaveral, which is actually pretty close by. It's really not too far, but I noticed on some of these you sometimes have to move a little bit to actually get to the area. So for example, Pine Island's over here, and luckily the house from step 1 is actually in the area, so you guys can pretty much go right to step number 2 from this area. You don't have to like travel anywhere else. Now if you're wondering where the Lifeguard House is, it's going to be all the way on the bottom of the coast over here by Cape Canaveral. I did already put a waypoint on this one as well. Now I did notice, I recommend putting the waypoint on the street, at least what I noticed, like putting the waypoint over here, for example, it sometimes freaks out. It didn't this time, but other times, like on the other ones, for like the Billionaire's Work, I was having issues with some of the waypoints on that one. But you guys will see the Lifeguard House right over here by the water. Once you arrive at the location in a ground vehicle, all you then have to do is validate the story step to move over to step number 3. Moving over to step number 3, North Miami's Marina. Travel from Cape Canaveral north of Miami to the Marina of North Miami, Miami, with any ground vehicle. So the final step does require you to be in Cape Canaveral. Now I actually found a really good place to be for this. You guys can head over here to the ground jump location on the corner of Cape Canaveral. This actually gets you just 1.7 miles away from where the waypoint is of the location you guys will be looking for, which is going to be right here. Upon arriving at the location, all you now have to do is validate the story step one last time, and you will get this done, and you will also complete the weekly challenge as well.